Hello, I'm roaringbug, and welcome to my Sims 4 speed build. This house is called the Black Victorian House. And what makes a Victorian house, in my opinion, is 2 floors, a tower, and a porch. So as you can see in my build, I am making a topper for the tower. It goes through a few changes, so what you see in the beginning of the video is not the final topper for the tower. And I am here in the video placing roof trims all around the build on the second floor, and it is 2 tiles wide all around. So the second floor is 2 tiles shorter than the bottom of the build. And here I am putting a pointed tower in the front of the build to give it some more interest. And I'm making sure that the roof covers all of the second floor. I raised the roof height to medium wall height, so I'm just adjusting and making the roof pieces taller on all sides. As you can see, it's several pieces in order to cover the second floor roof. And I leave the back portion of the Victorian house as a flat roof. And I left in how I was trying to figure out how to put a topper on the house. So I used I just opened the cheats menu, and I use bb.move object, and I use Control 9 and 0 to raise and lower that topper on top of the roof. And like I said, it goes through a couple of changes. This Victorian house is completely base game, so you don't need any other packs in order to download it. It will be complete off the gallery as is, and my gallery ID is roaringbug. It's all one word, and you can see the rest of my builds on the gallery as well. And if you're interested, you can download them, though not all of them are base game. So I used a trim to cover up the white of the build, and I'm now coloring the wallpaper on the outside of the build. So it's brick and black roofing, and I changed all the white trims into black trim. So as you can see, I'm just coloring everything in, and I stacked these windows, and I'm able to stack again by using bb.move objects. And I really like those windows, those little narrow windows in the front, because they stack pretty well. Sometimes when you overlay windows, they will flicker and glitch when you move the camera. So a trick I do for the porch is I just create a room and just delete the walls. And if you hold the center arrow key and pull it up, it will raise the entire foundation of the build. When I first started building, I didn't know about that, and I would just raise the foundation of the porch and not raise the foundation of the house. But you're able to raise both at the same time just by raising the level in the inside highlight of the house. So as you can see, I put a clear porch skylight over the front of the house, and now I'm trying to get rid of that triangle that appeared when I did the 8-sided tower. And now I am deleting all of the interior walls so I can get it ready for doing the floor plan of the house. And I add a chimney, and I use a half wall so I can cover the raw edge of the chimney. And I like making my chimneys make sense. Where that chimney is where I will actually put a chimney inside the house. I know not all players do that, and I put this bump out in the front of the house. Because I felt that the top of that house was in the front over the porch was a little plain. So I added this bump out with this window feature here so that you would get more room and you would get more sunlight. So on to the back of the house. So I add another bump out, and this will be a sunroom. And I put two roofs, and I pulled them up so that they would be dome shaped, so that it would have a more classic Victorian style. And I'm pulling it out just so that I have enough spacing for the windows, because there is no single tile of that window. And I put down the stairs. Unfortunately, when you put stairs and you drag them out, it'll move the window and the door. So you saw that I put it back into place. And now I'm putting down a fence, which is just the hedge fence. And I put an archway gate, which doesn't line up on half tiles. And I realize it doesn't line up perfectly with the front door, but I don't really think it's that noticeable. I think it only bothers me because it's not symmetrical. And I put down a fountain, and I enlarge these rose bushes. To enlarge rose bushes or any object in the game, you use bb.move objects, and you do control and the hard bracket key left to make it, like left and right to make it bigger or smaller. This gate I made bigger, and I thought it looked better for a front entrance. And of course I added a mailbox. Some of the things I usually forget in a build is the mailbox and the trash can. So I tried to make sure I didn't forget those two items. And in the back of the house I added some more bump outs so that they would have more light on the second floor. And I made the interior wall in the sunroom brick so that it would look like an extension to an old house. And I put down some stairs and some lights. And I'm just lighting it up so that I can see how I will do the floor plan. So I use a combination of those round lights and the dot saucer lights, because the dot saucer lights are the best. And just to make sure that none of the white show up under the roofing pieces, I add black wood paneling that I also use for the bump outs on the second floor. And now I am doing the floor plan for the first floor. That small room is going to be a bathroom. And the room in the back of the first floor, that will be a kitchen. The front area in front of the kitchen is going to be a skill building room, because I'm not the greatest in building or gameplay, but I do both. So when I designed this house, I had gameplay in mind. So when you play The Sims, you will need a skill room for your sim, you know, in case you need like a cupcake machine or a piano, or maybe you need another large object like a telescope or a microscope in your house. So those cabinets, I realize, are really high. No sim is that high. And I put a bar, which is also a skill building item. And these cabinets are just upper cabinets, just the largest piece. And I like them because they drop away when you play with half cutaway walls. Like, see here, you can't see them, but they are there. And this bathroom is a very basic bathroom. It's a good size, so if you have laundry day, you could easily fit a washer and a dryer in this bathroom. But I just fill the space with decorative items. And the room with the fireplace, that will be the living room. So ideally you would walk into the house, see a living room, and straight ahead you're going to see the sunroom. So I'm just adding some decor, like the Princess Cordelia bust and some palm trees. And I will add 2 side chairs, 2 accent chairs. Piano is a skill building item, so this is just your skill building room. So computer, bookshelf, and I think I add an easel. So yeah, just add, yes, that's the easel. A chess table for logic. A workbench, which can make your sim a good amount of money. And a jukebox, because they can have the dancing skill. So the upstairs is just for bedrooms. And that center room is going to be a hall. The back bedroom will be the primary bedroom with a double bed, and it shall have a ensuite bathroom. And the 2 front rooms is going to be rooms for 2 kids and a toddler, and they have a hall bathroom in that little front bump out. So I'm just putting down some wallpaper, just some basic design. And I'm just putting the tile work, and yeah, so now I am decorating the bedrooms and putting in these bathroom items. These bathrooms are small, so they're not that interesting. So in the primary bedroom, I just realized I could not add a side table, so I just put wall sconces and a dresser and a rug. So it's a very basic adult bedroom. And for the kids' room, I put 2 skill building items, the science table and the drawing table. And for the toddler's room, I put a toddler potty, a Wabbit tablet, a toy chest, and a dresser. And of course, the nightlight, so it can repel nightmares. Okay, so now I'm in the sunroom, and I add some planters because that's also great if you want to build that skill for your sim. And a bench. And I put 2 jazz paintings in this room. I don't believe I put that much art in this house. And a picture of Jerry, of course. But only one, because I realized the living room needed windows. And yeah, just finishing off that fence. 1 light for that tower. Yeah, the tower's kind of a dead space. And I add some bushes that I raised up on top of the porch. Like I said, you could do that with a move objects cheat with Control 9 key. And the backyard doesn't really have that much. I just added some landscaping, but that's about it. Ideally in the yard you would probably add like a swimming pool, or I don't know, like a telescope, or a monkey bar set for a child. But you know, if you can't fit all your items, it's an excuse for your sim to actually like explore the world. It doesn't have to be everything in your lot. So this is the end of my build. So if you like this house, you can download it off the gallery. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, or leave me a comment. So thank you. Bye.